Titans, the Bitcoin price is still falling, even after a strong recovery on Wednesday. So let's talk about what you need to know as we head into the weekend and what top altcoin is our favorite pick of the day. Kevort, hit that intro. Let's kick it off with a recap of the FOMC meeting from Wednesday. As expected, the Fed maintained the current rates, meaning that we won't be getting a rate cut this month. But again, this was the market consensus expectation heading into the meeting. However, the good news is that Jerome Powell indicated that we should expect to see 3 rate cuts by the year end, and the market responded very well to this news. The next meeting isn't until May 2024, and as you can see here, the market still isn't expecting a rate cut even by then, but we'll keep an eye on this as we get closer to that meeting. Now let's take a look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Today we are at 75, which represents greed, and this makes sense given that we're still in the correction mode right now, and we're also still below the previous all-time high. Now let's move on to your daily reminder that the Bitcoin halving is in just 33 days. Also note that the halving date is now estimated to be April 24th, but again, it's a moving date based on whenever the 210,000 blocks have been added to the Bitcoin blockchain. Moving on to the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. Looking at the 24-hour window, we're seeing some short position liquidity building up around 67K. I know that Bitcoin is still trending down at the moment, but if you're a bear out there, do be careful because with all this liquidation starting to build up here, I can see a strong short squeeze coming soon because like I always say, Bitcoin always follows the liquidity. Now let's take a quick look at the Bitcoin ETF flow table. Yesterday, March 21st, we had an outflow of $94 million, which marks our 4th consecutive day of negative money flow for the ETFs. However, we did see an uptick in the money flowing into the BlackRock ETF, which was $233.4 million. So again, we are seeing the institutions buying this dip, which is a great sign. And if you're out there thinking that this bull run is over, then keep in mind that smart money would not be buying here if that truly was the case. Instead, they are embracing the opportunity because they know what's coming next with the halving event in just about a month. Guys, this is your reminder that we are only 62 days away from a decision to be made by the SEC for the first Ethereum spot ETF by May 23rd. Don't sleep on Ethereum because you know what happened to Bitcoin leading up to the approval of the spot ETFs back in January. All right, now let's hit the charts. All right, we're looking at Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame, and as you can see here, we broke above this descending channel pattern after receiving great news from Wednesday's FOMC meeting. Now we're currently retesting the top of this channel and still finding support at the moment, but if we break down, we may again continue to see lower highs and lower lows moving forward. Zooming in on the current Bitcoin price action on the 1-hour time frame, we can see that a consolidation pattern was forming over the last couple of days, and the Bollinger Bands were getting very tight again. And now we're seeing a breakdown below the pattern. If this isn't a fake out, then we could potentially see the price retrace to about 60K based on the breakdown target of this consolidation pattern. Finally, let's zoom out to the daily time frame for Bitcoin. As you can see here, we are getting very close to retesting the 62.5K to 63.8K support zone at this time. If we break down below this support zone, I can see us retesting this wick here at about 59K, which aligns fairly well with the 60K target we spoke of on the 1-hour time frame. And if we do hit 59K, then we'll actually see the 20% correction we've been speaking of all week, which again would be consistent with all of our previous corrections we've seen so far in this cycle. Now, if this all happens, I would expect a strong recovery afterwards because the stochastic RSI is still very low, indicating that the price of Bitcoin is currently oversold. Okay, now it's time for our altcoin pick of the day, which is Matic, a layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum. After years of consolidating in this triangle pattern on the weekly time frame, Matic recently broke out of this consolidation pattern and has successfully retested it on this high time frame. Titans, if you want to know our breakout targets for Matic, then please let us know in the comments.
Titans, we are your one-stop source for guiding you through this Bitcoin bull run. Please join us as we continue to provide the latest market and technical analysis that are going to give you that edge.